show y'all something real quick. Yeah, I plan on going live real good tomorrow, most of mom and Papa willing. But I want to show y'all. See all the static in the sky? Look, it's a blue sky up here. But right into the clouds. As you see, it's lightning. And it's not any old kind of lightning. Did you see that? I'm gonna stay like this for a minute. Let me turn the camera. Orientation is live. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hold it like this because this is how I started the live. But this should be adequate. I want y'all to pay attention. Remember what I told you about static. Remember what I told you about the imbalance in electrical charges. Remember I told you static lies within, lies on the surface, or in between materials. Remember I told you that when you look into the sky, you're dealing with the ionosphere, the atmosphere, the stratosphere. You even have a magnetic sphere. I want you to really look at this. This is not really natural. Okay, you see that? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? One day I hope I can show y'all some light ships because my fleet is literally over me. Okay? It's not dark enough right now to see. The stars are not out yet. But I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. So you see, I'm not gassing y'all. These times don't have to be strange when you understand what's actually going on and what you're looking at. But in behind them clouds right there, it's a great force. Okay? I want y'all to see. I'm gonna just hold it like this for a little while. Did you see that? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? This is the mountain line where my finger is. That's the ridge line for mountains right there. And I'm gonna go back. I really wanted y'all to check this out. I was just finna go inside. I wasn't even finna go live today. I had some stuff I had to handle. I got some big announcements coming up. But I was like, hey, as soon as I was getting ready to walk in the door, I turned around. I felt the energy because there's no thunder. Y'all don't hear any thunder, do you? You don't hear any crackling, do you? You just see it. So this is a different form of lightning. Look at how that cloud is coming toward me. Okay, now that's the northwest. Okay, whenever you do work like this, you want to understand your orientation to where you are on the land. Okay, so this is north, this is east. See how it's dark over there in the east? So the sun sets in the west, right? Or the sun works around toward the west, right? If you look behind the cloud, you can still see some of the sunlight behind it. I want y'all to see this for yourself. Okay, we're talking about portals. We're talking about the opening of portals. Portals are real. It's so funny. Portals are real. So when you look at things like this, I haven't heard thunder yet. Let me stop talking so I can really listen. You know what? Ooh, that was a good one. Faint in the distance, I hear a gung gung, gung gung. If you look carefully, you might see something in between the clouds as they go. Not just the light, but look carefully. I'm not allowed to zoom in while I'm on live, or I would. I'm walking a little closer. I want y'all to just look. It's nothing to be afraid of. I'm actually outside in it. So it's nothing to be afraid of. We electrical beings. These avatars are electric based. We electromagnetic. We supercharged. These avatars aren't your normal machinery. You hear me? We've been blessed. We need to use these bodies correctly to the glory of the Most High. We need to learn that. I think a lot of us feel afraid of supernatural events like this, especially when we're in it, because there's a guilt consciousness deep within us that we have yet to identify. You know, a lot of us sweep so much under the rug. And so when we're in supernatural moments like this, where we've heard stories about people getting struck by lightning and that sort of thing, We want to hurry and run inside because we haven't feel like we've absolved our previous actions, our past actions, like we haven't rectified those things to where we could stand out in a place and not feel like, oh, we're gonna get struck by lightning because I did this, I did that wrong. So as soon as we can clear our consciousness and remove that weight from off of ourselves, and as soon as we can learn how to live within the will of the Most High, we'll be able to do things such as this where we're not afraid. We're not afraid to stand out here and actually look and appreciate the Most High's glory. I'm going to hold this up here for a little while longer and see what kind of footage we can actually get. I'm so thankful that I'm actually able to pick this up for y'all in some capacity so you can see what even inspired my last live when I was speaking on static electricity and the vision that I had. Did you see that? Let me walk down my driveway a little bit and let's try to get a slightly different angle. I'm not going to go too far. Just want y'all to see. This is what I was talking about too, as far as the so-called heat wave is concerned, where, much of the world is experiencing vast amounts of heat. But where I am, we just had a rain this morning, a beautiful summer rain. The past day, past evening, so about 24 hours now, we've been experiencing great lightning and thunderstorms. I probably should have stayed where I was, huh? 'Cause I like that. I like to focus on that better. Yeah, I'm just tapping in with y'all. It's a good time to really pay attention to what's going on. Y'all see anything that I might have missed? Let me know, because I'm looking at it too. Big announcements coming up. That was good. We go about 10 minutes. Yeah, so I hope y'all was blessed today. I hope you had a beautiful day. Hope you had a beautiful day to reflect after so much has been going on in the world. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. She just passed away. She was a great performer, great actress, great singer. I caught wind that 50 Cent got into an accident out there in, where was he? I think he was in New York, got into a car accident. So my prayers go up to him, all those affected by car accidents. A young family in LA was taken out by a 37-year-old registered nurse the other day, or last week. She was driving erratically down the Brea and Slauson and hit them. And the mama was a young mom. She was holding her 1-year-old son. She was carrying in her womb an 8.5-month-old baby in gestation, ready to be born. Her baby's father was killed as well as two other people. So it was six killings altogether in one blink of an eye. The lady who killed them was driving a Mercedes Benz, and she had about 13 or 14 traffic or driving infractions on her record previously to her doing this. So while she was behind the wheel, only the Most High knows. But my prayers out to that family as well, who lost their loved ones. That was very, very unfortunate to me. When I heard about that, they were just on the street, walking across the street, and got barreled into. This is why I ask y'all so much, and I make sure to remind y'all to give prayer and give thanks as you leave your home. Don't just pray when you leave for safe travel, but actually remember to give thanks when you arrive to where you're going. Remember to give thanks to really be grateful and show gratitude. Ooh, that was a good one. Show gratefulness when you get to where you're going as well. And then when it's time to go home, pray again and pray for smooth travel. And don't just pray for yourself, pray for those driving around you as well, because, yeah, you have to pray. Hear the coyotes back there? You hear them? Y'all hear the coyotes? Yeah, they back there and they pack. But yeah, don't just pray for yourself now. Pray for all of those driving that they might get to where they need to be and get home to where they need to go safely as well. Because most of these car accidents taking place, they're not by the person that's necessarily praying for safe travel. They're by people who are driving erratically and horribly. Those on the street are getting affected, it seems, the most. Those inside their homes. That actress Anne Heche, she plowed into someone's home after driving erratically the other day, and now Anne Heche is reportedly in a coma. And I just feel like a lot of the actors who are not. Remember, I did a video a while back about a lot of the A-list actors getting word, and musicians and celebrities getting word that it's time to go underground. It's time to start entering into these dumbs, right? Well, you have many actors and actresses who are not getting that invite. They're not getting that call, and it's affecting them greatly. Let me show y'all something real quick. It's almost a full moon. Now that's the southern sky. That's almost southeast orientation. Now the moon isn't quite full, but it looks full on my camera. It sure do, but it's not. Let's go back over here. Ooh, just in time. Look at that. So yeah, a lot of these actors and actresses are getting word that it's time to go underground, and some of them aren't getting the invite, so they're going crazy. I was gonna do a video on Brad Pitt, but I'll just talk about it briefly, real quick. He has a new uh movie out. What's it called? Bullet Train, I think that's what it's called. It's something with a bullet. And this dude got up there wearing a skirt. I think he wears a skirt the whole movie. And I haven't seen the movie. I just read about it, but I was able to quickly fill in between the lines. And he was asking, "Man, why are you wearing a skirt? What's up with this skirt, man? What's going on?" And he was like, "We're all gonna die." And it wasn't like a statement like, "Well, when people say they're gonna die one day, so they might as well just live it up." Nah, he was talking like he knew something. Well, we're all gonna die. And remember, he's the author, creator of that zombie show. I believe it is, what is it, World War Z? I know he did a zombie movie. I know that he produced a zombie movie, and it has to do with a T virus, some sort of virus, viral infection sweeping over the world. And whatever Brad Pitt knows, you gotta understand, he's one of those high-ranking warlocks. Okay, some people don't even think Brad Pitt is a real man. Okay, but I won't touch on that part right now. But I do know that he's wearing a skirt in this film. And when asked why, he's like, "We're all gonna die." And that kind of stumped the reporter, or the reporter chose not to expound on whatever else he said. But they did publish that part. So when I looked at him wearing this skirt, I immediately was reconfirmed in how he feels about himself. The fact that he and Angelina Jolie should not have been given the chance to adopt children, especially not African children, and the fact that they will allow those children to so-called express themselves however they want, and shouldn't no father be running around in no skirt, not no influential man in children's lives. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on. Remember, I'm telling y'all about these distractions, because these distractions will help you see what we're being distracted by, as long as you realize that what we're being told and shared with is actually a distraction. I, well, it's still going on. It's beautiful. I hope that y'all was able to peep what's going on right here, and just remember what I told you about static electricity. If you can see the sun is right there still, like going back. Everything above the dark part that y'all see where the lightning bolts is coming from is pretty clear sky. Uh, Let me see if I can get some of the stars. Yeah, I'm not able to zoom in, It may be for good reason. Maybe for but like this is definitely when I would see the light ships, and all I gotta do is ask the light ships to reveal themselves to me at any given time, and they'll show up and just let you know, hey, Jew, we up here with you. Don't trip. They'll let me know. And so, maybe it's not time to show y'all them. That's not really my call. Sometime I'll try to take a picture of them and it just won't even come through at all. And just, it's best to speak about it right now and just let y'all know they exist. Let y'all know that, hey, it is what it is. And y'all can go outside. I don't know where y'all at in the world right now, but y'all can step outside. Look, whenever you have the feeling of going outside, right? Just go outside and stand off to the side of your house, away from the city light, block the city light with your eyes. I mean, with your hand, right? Just like you would if the sun was too bright or something. Hey, my brother Carlton Way. Much love, family. Thank you for tapping in with me. Yeah, just go outside and stand out there and look up. Stand out there with a clean and a good intent filled heart, right? And just ask the Most High to reveal the angels to you, to reveal the chariots to you, to reveal the fleets to you. Don't go out there trying to film them or nothing like that. Just go out there and look up, but stay away from the city light if you can. If you cannot stay away from the city light, then put your hand in front of the city light so that that bright LED light doesn't filter into your iris, into your eye, into your pupil, and then look up into the sky and look wherever you're drawn to. Every time I see the light ships, it's like I'm magnetized to their location in the sky. Like I know exactly where to look. Just it's be like, hey, look over here, and I look, bam, there they go. So y'all get at a shot. Tell me what you are blessed to see, and for your own sake, I would just say, yes, yep, I see them. Hey, I say. That's good, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, don't let nobody fool you. Some people who don't want you to know the truth, they try to tell you they satellites or something like that. Ooh, I've just remembered. The chariots is really here, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Wow. I didn't share this with y'all because it wasn't a vision. It literally happened. I got to go back in my phone, but I believe it was 2021 when this happened. Do y'all remember Elon Musk even spoke about this? And it was about March 23rd, 2021, all over the world. And well, I won't say all over the world literally, but in many places on the earth, there was this long, long, long line of chariots. I'm talking about a caravan of chariots in the sky. People were wigging out, tripping off on it. And then Elon Musk even got out there talking about, oh, yeah, those were just satellites. And, he got a large following. So people believed him. Y'all, I seen it with my eyes. I seen it with my own eyes. We had just got home. My family just walked inside. And the Most High was like, go outside. I went outside and I looked up. Y'all, it was a long line of chariots, at least 60 of them, just one after the other, following each other. And I said, oh, it's almost time. It's almost time. That was the largest grouping of fleet I ever seen in my life. And following in a caravan, just like you might be in the desert and you see a bunch of camels following after each other or something, like the old school scenes that we see in the movies, like with Egyptian movies and just movies in the Arabian desert and all that type of stuff. But it was in the sky, yo. It was in the sky. Light ships back to 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 back. 2 weeks before the Rona shut down 2020. That was crazy. All right, so it might have been 2020. I got to look at my phone notes. I know that night I immediately went to my phone and I put the note in there. So I just got to see. But yeah, it might have been 2020, bruh. It might have been 2020, not 2021, but 2020. I know it was at the beginning of either 2020 or 2021, for sure. It was a long line. Brother Carlton, you talking about the long line of light ships just like in a single file line almost, right? Flying across the sky, right? If that's what you talking about, bruh, I'm so thankful you was able to see that. If that's what you talking about. All right, well, In case y'all wondering, it done got dark like up in the sky too. So the sky is mixing with the clouds. So it's hard to see. But you can still see the lightning bolts. And I'm still outside, obviously. But I'm gonna go head on and I'm gonna shut this live down. Y'all stay blessed out there. Y'all stay vigilant. Yeah, the several days after that, the sky was covered in clouds like they didn't want us to look up. Yeah, I remember because I was looking for them again. And I was like this. Everybody that I was tapped in with when I reported on that, people was trying to hit me. Man, them was satellites, bro. Them was satellites. I say, okay. Well, if they satellites, go back outside tomorrow and see if they come back, or go outside next week the same time and see if they come back. Since we living on a globe, you say. Since we live on a globe, them satellites should come right back around, just like the sun do. Then, if that's the case, right? Because they satellites, right? So they supposed to go around the earth and then come back, and they supposed to stay on their trajectory, right? All right, well, why they ain't never came back? All right, that quieted up everybody when I said that. I've been doing this for a little too long. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. I see a lot of y'all true to this too. It's just crazy because a lot of us have been chosen on the one. Like back in the day, like even with our parents, civil rights movements and all of this, it was more of a group thing. You know what I'm saying? It was like we had that unification, even though we wasn't really we was propelling to the best of our ability. I'm not gonna take nothing for granted. Let's not say nothing negative about civil rights, anything like that, that whole movement. What I'm saying is there was a certain sense of unity where everybody depended on a leader. Okay, everybody depended on a leader like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody depended on him. So when he got killed and assassinated, what happened to the movement? then we then we depended on the Honorable Minister Malcolm X, right? As a group, I'm talking about as a group. Then what happened? He was killed, assassinated. Then what happened to the movement? Everybody lost it. And then our community got so numb to the idea of our leaders getting killed and assassinated by this government. What happened? We just gave up. And then it was easy to introduce things like more heroin, because a lot of our soldiers, a lot of our men were drafted into the Vietnam War and then given heroin while they was at the war. Did y'all hear me? This something that we don't even think about. We think our daddies and our granddaddies was just on heroin because that was the new party drug. No, these brothers was sent to go kill people who never had funk with them. And when they got over there, they see the most heinous killing, the most nastiest uh, rapes and abuses and molestations, and they couldn't live with themselves. And then they was given heroin in them poppy fields out there in Vietnam. A lot of brothers was given heroin to cope with the pain of getting shot or injured out there. Then when the brothers came home back into the hood, they couldn't kick the habit. So they left honorable young men, upstanding young men. They came back with scars, mental scars, spiritual scars for what they had felt they so-called had to do. And then bam, the trickle down effect continued to happen. Then we get introduced to crack cocaine. Wasn't no scientists in our hood. Wasn't no doctors like that in our hood. And wasn't no black doctor sitting up there in the lab someplace trying to cook up some cocaine or some crack that was going to then attach to the genome and to the DNA structure, the molecular structure specifically of so-called black people, so much so that it would be dang near impossible to kick that habit. Not impossible, but so difficult to kick that habit once it attached to the blood. That was created in the lab, y'all. Crack cocaine. And then it was distributed through the Contra. Y'all remember the Contra times? Them Contra times when the so-called war on drugs kicked up. Yeah, the war on drugs was a way for the United States government to join the shadow governments of the world's race to get in arms with the devil and to build a system that was going to prepare the world governments for Armageddon. I hope y'all hearing me. See, this the stuff where they would be like, bruh, I don't know what you talking about. Man, y'all better hear me. Well, y'all ain't gotta better do nothing. But I hope y'all hear me. I hope y'all hear me. Because I know this. That's why I left the Bay. That's why I left the Bay. I want to be someplace that the energy there is so blinded and so misguided. My brother Lewis tapped in. What's up, family? Much love to you. All of this stuff is connected. The war on drugs was to help fund, make inner city people victims. All right. Take all the money, all of the resources from the inner city, destroy the family, keep us blinded, while at the same time taking all of that money, infusing it into the shadow government's regime, then re-releasing all of the so-called captured drugs back into the community to do it all again. Okay? And when those recycled drugs ran out, they would simply ship more drugs in. The industrial prison complex, same thing. Private, privately owned prisons. Do y'all hear me? Privately owned prisons. And I'm still out here watching this lightning. And it still looks abnormal. Okay, it's still abnormal. Same thing happening in the mountains of Kentucky and West Virginia. Hey, I don't doubt it because I heard what they going through too with the flash floods out there in the Appalachians. Yep, see that? So it's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on, but everything is connected. Everything is tied in. And all you got to do is turn off the television for a little while. If you find yourself watching distractionary programming, step outside for a minute. Look at the reality of what's going on. Just look up into the sky and prepare to be shocked at what you see, no pun intended. And prepare to be amazed at what you see. And trust what you see. Do the research. Trust yourself that what you saw was real at least. Okay. And then do the research on it to the best of your ability so that you can make some sense of this for yourself. But like I was saying, we're not in the era right now like civil rights where we all was looking to one leader. Right now, brothers, you got to learn for your families. Most you're going to probably learn first unless your lady was chosen to, really look at these things herself, and then she's going to in love and transparency bring these things to you. And brothers, I really hope you listen to your lady if you're not the one who was awake to this first. And I pray for you if you were the one who was awake to this first, that your lady don't think you crazy and that she trusts you so that y'all can make the necessary moves. Okay? It's really important. But look, I'm gonna go head on. I'm gonna tap out for the day. I got a couple big announcements coming up. This wasn't for that. I was actually on my way in and I saw this lightning storm cooking up. But these things don't look normal. And I think since I've been out here, I've only seen a couple lightning bolts of maybe two or three lightning bolts actually look like they was hitting the ground or coming from the ground. Everything else has been high up in the cloud. I was just watching a special on the Bermuda Triangle, and I was real juiced about it because they were alluding to some of the principles that I had discussed in that last live. And I was like, see, there's more to the Bermuda Triangle than what meets the eye. And it's a high static zone, a high electromagnetic zone. And I got this theory that when folks get lost in the Bermuda Triangle, it's because they enter into a portal, excuse me. It's because they enter into a portal unknowingly. A lot of them folks are still alive, if you ask me. They just in a different frequency in time and space, if you ask me. All right. But look, I love y'all to life always. Thank y'all for spending some time with me. All my brothers staying strong. All my sisters staying strong. Y'all keep going. We in this thing together. We battle worn, but we not torn. You know what I'm saying? We battle worn and we still strong. We tested and we blessed because of it. So y'all stay in the truth. Y'all stay in the light. Y'all make sure to stay right. The horizontal lightning. Right. The horizontal lightning. That's right. Like, huh? But yeah, y'all be smooth out there. And I'm gonna tap in with you most high mama and papa willing soon. All right, gone.